So today, Wednesday, 31st of January, 2024. And today is sacred day, special day, every day special day, but today is the Tirabhav of Narahari Sakar, the brother of Mukunda Sakar from Srikand, and the Avirbhav, the appearance day of Srila Vaibhav Puri Maharaj. So these are sacred days, and I hope you've all had the circulars from the Chaitanya Vani where describe these two remarkable personalities. So now we'll just have a kirtan and then we'll go into our Jaiva Dharma study. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari O Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari O Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol
Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaura Hari Bol.
Oh Jaya Nityananda Rai Jaya Nityananda Rai Nityananda Rai Jaya Nityananda Rai
Jaya Nityananda Rai, Jaya Nityananda Rai, Nityananda Rai, Jaya Nityananda Rai.
Oh Nitai He 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 Agoda He Goda He Goda He Goda He
Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He.
Oh Jaya Sachi Nandan Jaya Gauda Hari Sachi Nandan Jaya Gauda Hari
Jaya Sachidananda, Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Sachidananda, Jaya Gaura Hari.
Oh Jaya Radha Madana Mohan Radha Madana Mohan Radhe
Jaya Radha, Madan Mohan Radha, Madan Mohan Radhe.
Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe.
Oh Radhe, 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 Radhe. Jai Shri Shri Guru Garanga Ganhava Giridhare Radha Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai Vrishabhanu Nandini Vajeshwari Radharani Ki Jai Nityananda Rai Ki Jai Satchinandana Gaura Hari Ki Jai Madan Mohanju ki jai, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, Surabhi Kunj ki jai, Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, Astotar Sarashi Shimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, Astotar Sarashi Shimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, Astotar Sarashi Shimad, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jai Jagat Guru Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Astotar Sarasi Shimad Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Paramahamsa Mahabhagavat Shila Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Saptam Goswami Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Jai Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Shila Baladevi Dibhushan Gaudi Vrantaracharya Ki Jai Jai Shila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai Jai Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Traya Ki Jai Jai Shila Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Ki Jai Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Shri Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu's Ki Jai Jai Swarab Damodar Rai Ramananda Gauda Parsada Ki Jai Nama Charja Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sigahul Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Antadvip, Mayapur, Simantadvip, Goldendvip, Madhyadvip, Koladvip, Riturjit, Janadvip, Motandvip, Rudradvip, Apmakanavadvip, Dham Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Dwadasa Varmatmika Brajamandal Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kund Shamakund Ganga Jamuna Devi Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shrimati Brinda Devi Maharani Ki Jai. Shrimati Purnamasi Yogamaya Maharani Ki Jai. Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ki Jai. Ketramandal Ki Jai, Sarva Vigna Vinashakari Shri Nrsingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai, Bhakti Prava Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai, Chari Dham Ki Jai, Chari Sampradaya Ki Jai, Chari Acharya Ki Jai, Akara Matraj Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai, Shri Keshav Ji Gaudiya Mat Ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Gauda Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Gauda Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Agina Timirandasya Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Guruve Gauda Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarabhaktaya Namo Namaha Priya Swarupe Daita Swarupe Prema Swarupe Sahaja Virupe Nijana Rupe Babhueka Rupe Tatana Rupe Swavilasa Rupe Anapita Chirim Chirat Kurunavardhino Kalo Samarpaitam Unnata Ujvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundaratu Dikatamba Satipita Sada Hridare Kandare Swaratu Vasachinandanaha Yam Prabhajantamanapaityam Apaiti Krityam Dvaipaino Viraha Katara Ajuhava Putre Titam Mayatayo Tarabo Vinidustam Sarvabhutam Hridim Munimanatoshmi Bhaktiya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Shiptascha Karmadita Rangamadye Kripamai Tvam Sharanam Prapana Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram Smarami Radham Madhurashmitasyam Vadami Radham Karuna Bharadram Tato Mamanasti Katyena Kapi Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaivina Iti Vignaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charantikam. I first of all offer millions of Dandavat pranams unto the lotus feet of my beloved Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Asto Tarasarashi Shimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I offer the same again millions of times unto the lotus feet of our beloved Nityalila Pravishta Om Asto Tarasarashi Shimad, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And I'm also offering today to Narahari Sakar and to our beloved Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj, and to our dearmost Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidanandanamane Gauda Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate, and all our illustrious Rupanuga Guru Vargya, and all the Vaishnav and Vaishnavi devotees of the Lord, my Dandavat pranams to all of you. Can you just pass me that chata behind on that pink one? Yes. Thank you. Thanks. So this is the season when it's sometimes a little bit cold and sometimes it's not cold. in between. But thankfully, we're actually coming out of winter. Time for a celebration. We can see the sun at the end. Hate winters. Okay, so coming to Fal Shruti, and we're doing the last 6 verses today. Page 831. Jaiva pate se shuddha bhakti hoy. Jaiva na padile kabe bhakti noy. One who reads Jaiva with faithful deliberation, faithful deliberation with faith, will surely attain Shuddha Bhakti. But one who does not read Jaiva can never attain Bhakti. Jaiva contains all scriptures that are available for us, basically, in principle, because everything is brought out and um, placed in here in the various teachings, specifically Shikshastakam, the Dasmula section of the Abhidheya. All the verses of Shikshastakam are the nectar is squeezed out of them in this Dashmula. So all of Shastra is here. And Sachinandan Shri Gaura Hari, he gave the total complete essence of all instructions in the Shikshastakam. So if Shikshastakam is here, then everything is here. Nothing is missing whatsoever. Therefore, how can one attain Shuddha Bhakti without this? It's not possible. Rupanuga Abhiman Pate Trita Hoy Jaivadama Vimukake Dharma Hinekoi. Faithfully again, reading Jaiva will surely strengthen one's Abhiman, identity, as a Rupanuga, follower of Sri Rupa Goswami. One who is averse to reading Jaiva is certainly devoid of religious principles. If we can identify with following Srila Rupa Goswami, then we are identifying ourselves with the maidservants of Srimati Radhika. Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. He is the head of all the Manjaris. He's the chief. He's the closest to Sri Radhika. This line that we are in is manifesting from Sri Radhika. All of the personalities in this line, all the Goswamis. Sanatan Goswami is Lavanga Manjari. Raghunath Das is Rati Manjari. Jiva Goswami is Vilasa Manjari. Krishnadas Kaviraj is Kasturi Manjari. Narottam is also Vilas Manjari. All, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is Vinod Manjari. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is Kamala Manjari. They're all Manjaris. So don't ever think that our Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was not a Manjari. He wouldn't be sitting in this line if he wasn't a Manjari, just because he didn't publicly give his identity. But my Gurudev has said many times, don't doubt that he is a Manjari. So don't ever hear anything contrary to this. Otherwise, why would he be sitting in this line? Why would he sing Jai Radha Madhava every single day if he wasn't attracted to Sri Radha and Krishna predominantly, rather than being in Sakyaras? In Sakyaras, he wouldn't have sung that every day. Sometimes that philosophy is put about. But it doesn't really matter. It's not important. What is important is that we understand the potency, where this potency is coming from. It's all coming from Sri Radhika. So this is her line. And to follow Rupa Goswami and to have that identity. Yes, I am a follower of Rupa Goswami. We want it stamped on our head. Yes, I am following Sri Rupa Goswami. Then all success will come for my bhakti. Because everything Rupa Goswami is giving in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Ujjvala Nilamani, Vidagdha Madhav, Lalit Madhav, so many books that Srila Rupa Goswami has. Why have the Goswamis given us these books? Just to put on shelves and become dusty? They've given us these books so that we can absorb our hearts and consciousnesses in these superlative truths that Sachinandan Gaurahari implanted in the heart of Rupa Goswami in Prayag. For 10 days at the Dashavameda Ghat, Rupa Goswami sat, and Mahaprabhu knew that this Rupa Goswami, he's a fit candidate, Nijana Sarupe Tatana Rupe, that he's a fit candidate to receive these instructions. So he impressed within his heart. And then he went to Vrindavan. Then again he came back to Puri and was with Mahaprabhu in Puri for 10 months. And at that time he had so much association with Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur. So all of the truths are in the heart of Rupa Goswami. But principally, Rupa Goswami's identity is that of the closest Manjari to Sri Radhika. So all of the most sensitive teachings, Sri Radha wants us to wake up our eternal identity of servants of Krishna, to love Krishna as she loves Krishna. She loves Krishna with every atom of her being. And she knows that intuitively or innately, intrinsically, all jivas love Krishna. We're all Bibinam Satattva. We're all separated parts of Krishna. We're all naturally, transcendentally connected with Krishna because we're of the same um, uh, constituents. This Sat Chit Ananda is in the heart of the transcendental being, except we are very small and Krishna is very big. It's the same principle. So Krishna has manifested us for what reason? For his pleasure. And when we reciprocate with that, then our fortune will know no bounds. Then we'll be completely connected in seva to Krishna through Guru, through our Guru Vargya, through Rupa Goswami. So this is very important to identify with Rupa Goswami. If we're identifying with Rupa Goswami, then we have the clear focus. The clear focus is Radhika's lotus feet. Rupa Goswami is giving that. Bhagavatam is also giving that. Chaitanya Charitamrita is also giving that. All our Guru Varga are also all giving the same principal focus. So we have to have that abhiman of being a Rupanuga, Rupanuga, following in Rupa Goswami, and a Raga Atmika, following the Raga Atmikas. The Raga Atmikas are those transcendentally perfected souls, Lalita, Vishaka, etc. They are the Raga Atmikas. Their Atma is soaked in Rag. We are Rag Anugas. We are following the Rag Atmikas and we are Rupanugas. But not all Raganugas are Rupanugas. Do you understand that? Swarup Damodar, Rai Ramananda, they're not following Rupa Goswami because they're Sakhis. That's Lalita and Vishaka. They're Sakhi Bhav. So they don't follow Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is younger than them. So they are Raganugas. Actually, they're Ragatmikas because that's their eternal identities there. Okay. Yava jivane jay pada jaiva dharma bhaktiman sejana brita jnana karma. One who faithfully reads Jaiva Dharma throughout his entire life will be endowed with bhakti and will surely realize the futility of jnana and karma. Yes, this is not just like a quick in and out and I'll just take a little bit of Jaiva Dharma and then go. It's the same with Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So every day for the rest of our lives, we should have these epic scriptures close by us and always be touching them if we want to stay shastrically astute. That means shastrically carefully following. We need so much because we have neglected our absorption in these matters for so many lifetimes. But now all of these shastras are here, easily available for us. Bhaktivinoda Thakur couldn't even locate a Chaitanya Charitamrita till he was about 25, 26 years old. But now they're all readily available everywhere. Just on your mobile phone, you can find Chaitanya Charitamrita. So there's no excuse for being away from the Shastras. Did I finish reading that? Will be endowed with bhakti and will surely realize the futility of jnana and karma. Did I read that whole thing? Huh? Krishna Ramala Seva Labi Senara Seva Sukhi Magnaraha Sada Krishna Para. Such a man, being fully devoted to Sri Sri Radha Krishna Yugal Kishore, and having attained their Amal Prem Seva, remains forever merged in the bliss of such immaculate loving service. This is the conclusion. In chapter 40, Sadhan Bhajan, on the banks of the ocean, the beach of the ocean in Puri. That's the final chapter. So that's the eternal Amala Prem Seva. But Prem Das Babaji from the very first chapter has also achieved that same connection with Krishna. So all these great personalities that are teaching us, Raghunath Das Babaji, he's also teaching us in the Das Mula section. Gopal um, Guru, he's also teaching us in the Rasa Tattva section. All these personalities, they've all reached that Amal Prem Seva, and they're sharing it with us. So this is incredible. So now we come to page 191. Actually, I want to read again the two paragraphs that we read on page 190. If you remember, yesterday you weren't here. You were in Eka Chakra, to your great fortune.
But we heard it today.
Huh?
But we heard it today.
I can't hear you.
We heard it today.
Oh, you heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So now I read these two paragraphs and I wasn't quite sure of the meaning, but I think I understand it now. The tenderness of heart experienced towards Krishna is known as bhakti. Bhakti means devotion. When my devotion is pure, the heart naturally will soften in devotion, in affection, in love, in attraction, without fear. It'll naturally just embrace the Lord in the heart. That is Shuddha Bhakti. All other jivas are servants of Krishna, and tenderness of heart towards them is compassion, daya. This is the topic of these two paragraphs. Therefore, compassion is included within bhakti. Why? Because compassion means that there's you and the object of your compassion. There's two. It's not just one. I am feeling compassion towards the fallen conditioned soul. So there's two. So that I is going to be represented or is talked about as humility. We'll read the next paragraph. Shama, forgiveness, is the bhav situated between humility and compassion. So humility is like a quality that the sadhak will imbibe, and compassion is the quality that he's giving. And forgiveness is that place in the middle where he's able to forgive the conditioned soul's wayward nature and also forgive his own wayward nature. So forgiveness falls in the middle. It's very amazing. I'll read it again. Shama, forgiveness is the bhav situated between humility. Humility is like the I consciousness, because there has to be someone who is humble, right? That's you. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the sadhak attaining a humble state of mind, humility. And then we're talking about the sadhak expressing that humility through a mood of compassion. But how can he be compassionate without that quality or that bhav of forgiveness? So this bhav of forgiveness rides in the middle between the two. That's what it's saying. Forgiveness is the bhav situated between humility and compassion. When I am so wretched and insignificant myself, how can I inflict punishment on others? When I'm understanding my true nature of my utter insignificance in relationship to my devotion to Krishna, always the bhakta is thinking like that. Narahari Shaka, he sang this beautiful song, this Jadi Goranga, and at the end he concludes, this Narahari has no heart, has a heart like a stone. He's a great, great devotee, but he's feeling himself to be totally worthless. Just, you can't reach it. This book here, top one. Quickly. No, next. Yes. Give me that. Quick. So I'll just give you an example of humility here in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj, he's saying on verse 205 in chapter 5, the chapter about Nityananda Prabhu, He's saying, I am more sinful than Jagai and Madai. Krishnadas Kaviraj has written Govinda Lilamrita with the most beautiful, exquisite descriptions of Radha and Krishna's eightfold pastimes during the day. This is Govinda Lilamrita, written by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj. He's written this whole Chaitanya Charitamrita, yet he thinks that he is more sinful than Jagai and Madai, and even lower than the worms in stool. This is how he's feeling. This is genuine. This is not deceptive or false humility. He's feeling like this. Then he says in verse 206, anyone who hears my name loses the results of his pious activities. Anyone who utters my name becomes sinful. Why are they saying like this? Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, I've said this before, this example. He gives a wonderful example that the if you come to the shore of the material ocean, the seaside, you come to the shore of the sea, you naturally feel humbled by the power of the waves and the vastness of the ocean. It makes you feel naturally humble, right? You have to feel that experience. This is how Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj explains it. What to speak of that sadhak who comes to the shore of the transcendental ocean? He's feeling utterly destitute. He's feeling utterly, because he's seeing the potency of the spiritual realm. And when you see the potency of the spiritual realm, you naturally feel your own utter insignificance in comparison to that. And this is very, very helpful in our bhakti to have that mood of abject humility. Abject means complete humility. We have this beautiful verse, Trinada Pish. We've just said it in the Jaiva dharma. This, and it's stated by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj, this should be made in a locket around our necks, because we forget in a moment. This insidious pride, it just creeps in out of nowhere. When we least expect it, someone suddenly treads on our toe. Oh, me, what about me? What have you done for me? And just immediately, it just springs up. We didn't even know it was there. And it just inflames itself. That pride has to be sighted and purified. It will be purified when our attraction to the Vrindavan pastimes and Radha and Krishna becomes so strong that nothing can come in between us and our object of devotion. This is bhakti. This is the tenderness of heart that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is talking about here. He talked at the beginning of this paragraph, tenderness of heart. So bhakti is full of charm. It's full of sweetness. It's soft. It's fragrant. This is the quality of bhakti, of Shuddha bhakti. It has no deficiency. And who is the most humble out of all the different personalities in existence? Shrimati Radhika. Shrimati Radhika, she is the Shakti of Brajendranandan Sham Sundar. She's the Shakti of Krishna. Nothing manifests anywhere except through Swarup Shakti. Even Baladev Prabhu, he's the first manifestation of Krishna. But where is that manifestation coming from? It's coming through Swarup Shakti. Swarup Shakti manifests all the worlds. This Sat Chit Ananda, it's all all Shakti. Sat Chit Ananda is Shakti. The Sandini Shakti, the Sangvit Shakti, the Kladini Shakti, it's all manifesting from originally Shakti. Radharani, she manifests from the left-hand side of Krishna. And as soon as she sees Krishna, she runs towards him to embrace him. That is her mood. That is her attraction. Krishna is manifesting his Swarup. Krishna is Rup, he's the form, and Radharani is the Swarup. That's his own, they're non-different. And they've appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Krishna, Pranaya, Vikritya, Ladini, Shakti, Asmad, ekatmanav api bhuvu deha bedam tatoto. This verse is saying, this is the um, fifth verse in first Adilila chapter 1 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. This verse is actually written by Swarup Damodar. And the next verse also, Shiradaya Pranaya Mahima Kidri Shovanaiva. This is also written by Swarup Damodar. And the fourth verse is written by Rupa Goswami, Anapita Chirim Chirat. And Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj is quoting these verses. He's giving these personalities prominence to make us become dedicated to these personalities. Without this type of association, because from Chaitanya Charitamrita, we're getting that association. We're getting the association of Rupa Goswami. We're getting the association of Swarup Damodar. When Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj is writing this Chaitanya Charitamrita, he's listening to Raghunath Das Goswami is speaking, but Raghunath Das was in the association of Swarup Damodar for 14 years in Puri. And these kadachas, they're called, these notebooks of Swarup Damodar, yes, where are they? They're in his throat. They're kept in the throat of Swarup Damodar, and they're inspired into the heart of Raghunath Das Goswami. He is speaking these notes in the ear of Raghunath Das Goswami, who is speaking them to Krishnadas Kaviraj. So this is the line. Everything has to be bona fide, authentic line. Where is its source? Where is it coming from? Like our Guru Parampara. We want to see where everything is coming from. If it's not there clearly, if the line isn't clearly described, then perhaps sit back from whatever someone is saying. If there's not a line, it's all coming originally from Krishna, from Krishna's flute song. So, Shama, forgiveness, is the bhav situated between humility and compassion. When I am so wretched and insignificant myself, how can I inflict punishment on others? If Krishnadas Kaviraj is feeling like he's just described, how can he possibly try to be harsh with other people? You don't have that. But you are defensive if someone is criticizing the Vaishnavas in front of you. Like Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj tells his own story just before those comments of when he was with Minikatan Ram in his household. Minikatan Ram is a great bhakta follower of Nityananda Prabhu. He would carry a flute and he would hit people with the flute and give them love of God by it. When they were paying their obeisances, he would jump on their backs like this. He was frivolous, like a cowherd boy. Greatly elevated personality. And the brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj was, in a sense, insulting him because the pujari at the time, Gunanava Mishra, was the pujari, and he didn't stand up and make an offering of pranam when Miniketanaram came into the courtyard of the house of Krishnadas Kaviraj. And then his brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj was very unhappy, knowing that his brother didn't have proper respect for Nityananda, and he chastised him very strongly. And for a brother to do like that to another brother for Vaishnavas to behave in that way, and was it was a traumatic thing for him to chastise his brother because they were soft-hearted Vaishnavas. And that night he had a dream, and Nityananda comes in the dream. This is all that's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 5, Adi Lila, chapter 5. And Nityananda comes in the dream, and he comes as Lord Balaram, and he's surrounded by cowherd boys, and they're offering prayers and so on, fanning him. And he describes his form as so beautiful, huge, heroic personality wearing blue silk cloths and a turban. And he directs Krishnadas Kaviraj when Krishnadas Kaviraj is only about 18 years old at this time. He directs him to immediately go to Vrindavan. Then he immediately goes to Vrindavan. Then he meets Raghunath Das, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, all these personalities. He's there with them. So he's writing like this. So it's a very beautiful pastime. When this attitude is combined with compassion, forgiveness automatically appears. Forgiveness is included in bhakti. So this forgiveness comes between humility and compassion. This is what it's saying. So these are wonderful qualities. There's humility, compassion, forgiveness. And these are the qualities that bhakti will automatically generate in the heart of one who is even beginning to appreciate the sweetness and speciality of devotion to his object of devotion. What we have to discern now is, what is my object of devotion? I was saying the other day how when you chant so much, it's like putting petrol in the tank, but where are you going to drive? Where are you going to focus your attention of devotion to? And I gave that beautiful verse. Do you remember? Aradeyo Bhagavan Brajesha Tanayas Tad Dharma Vrindavan. Anyway, I put this verse on our WhatsApp thread. So you're not on it. I'll put you on the WhatsApp thread. And then this verse is very important to appreciate. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, by the way, in the Chaitanya Manusha, has written this. And I haven't seen that book. That's why I couldn't answer you the other day when you asked me. I haven't seen the book. But it's Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writing that incredible verse. Krishna is Satya, real. Now that's just a powerful sentence in itself. Krishna is not this imaginary form. He is real. The personality of Godhead is a personality. He's real. We have to realize that first before we can come out of Kanishta. Krishna is Satya, real. The fact that the jivas are servant of Krishna is also real. That's my eternal identity. Jaiva Sarup Hori Krishnera Nityadas. Krishnera Tatasta Shakti Beda Abeda Prakash. This is my eternal position. Um, Real. Krishna is also real, as is the fact that the material world is only a boarding house for the jivas. Hey, Baba, we're just passing through here. This is not our home. Don't try and throw roots down. Don't try and plant a garden here. We're leaving very soon. It's like staying in a hotel or a motel. What's the point of starting a garden in the hotel, planting trees and banana trees and creepers? You're going soon. You're on a journey. You're going out of there. So we're leaving this material world forever, hopefully. So why make a big deal about it and try and dig deep attachments in here? Let it go. Only cultivate our attachment for Krishna, because that we can do here. This we can do. And this is in the eternal channel. So that will be to our eternal welfare. That means that bhakti is also real, because these truths are based on the jiva's relationship with Krishna. Yes, that devotion. That devotion literally is like a current that comes from the heart. I'll try to describe a simple example. Say a father, he gives his son pocket money regularly. And then that small son, say he's 6 or 7 years old, he's not spending his pocket money on sweets, but he goes and he buys his father a sweater, a nice jumper, exactly what his father would like. He gets all that money, saves it, and goes to the shop, buys a beautiful sweater. Then he gives it to his father. How does his father feel? His heart will melt in affection towards his son. At that time, there's a tangible current of affection going between the two. What to speak of that tangible current that can go between guru and shishya? And in that current, guru will infuse the understanding of what is Shuddha Bhakti. First of all, he will give us the Krishna Seva Vasana, which is the Bhakti Lata Bij, the creeper, which is going to grow in the heart to take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. But a creeper has to grow on something. What is it growing on? It's growing on the pillar of humility. If we don't have humility, that creeper can't be growing. So that humility has to be there for the creeper, this Krishna Seva Vasana. This means the enthusiasm to serve Krishna. That's what Guru gives us. He gives us that inspiration to serve Krishna, not me. This is my perversion. This is my conditioning, that I'm always serving me. At every step I'm taking, will this make me happy? Will I like this? Do I want this? Shall I go here? Shall I go there? Oh, the weather's nice there, so I should go there. Not considering about the um, fruits of devotion that can come from those places. If we're considering to go to Radhakund, that's very auspicious. So much devotion can be appreciated in a magnificent place like Radhakund. But we also have Radhakund here,
Mm.
but it's covered. That means that bhakti is also real because these truths are based on the jiva's relationship with Krishna, which is itself bhakti. That's the relationship with Krishna. That's what's going to fulfill my heart. Yeyatma suprasidati. That will fulfill my heart. Truth, humility, compassion, and forgiveness are four special qualities that are included in bhakti. What a beautiful paragraph. These two paragraphs are really exceptional. So many of these paragraphs here actually are exceptional, but these are very exceptional. Okay, now we come back to the pastime. Nityananda Das, how should a Vaishnava behave towards followers of other religions? This is important. In Kali Yuga, there are principally two Kali Yuga religions, Christianity and Islam. These two we should know. And there's Confucius also. But predominantly in this Western world, anyway, where we live, it's Islam and it's Christianity. So we should know something of the precepts of that. Perhaps we were brought up with Christianity, most of us in this English speaking Western world. So we have to appreciate what is the truth in there and what is to be rejected from that. The instruction of Srimad Bhagavatam 1:26 is Narayana Kala Shanta Bhajanti Hi Anusyu Yusavaha. Those who are free from the propensity to slander others and who are fully peaceful worship Lord Sri Narayan and his plenary portions. So he's answered with this verse. If someone who is not violent towards others, we see in the history of both of these religions, Islam and Christianity, how much people have died in the name of Christianity historically in the last 2,000 years. How many people have died in the name of Islam? This is not a pure religion where you have to fight with others. You know, in Vedic culture, in the Vedic historical records, they have not invaded another country for 100,000 years. Hindus have never invaded another country because what have they got to invade for? They've got their own property, they're quite satisfied and peaceful. They have their cow, they have their river Ganga. Why do they want to go anywhere else? Krishna walked through this land. Why do they want to invade another country? They have so much wealth and property. What is the value? They're satisfied. So they haven't invaded another country. Yet we see throughout history the Christians and the Muslims. They have not been satisfied with their lot in life, but they want to increase their material acquisitions and they want to propagate their own religion. The Hindus don't. If someone is inquiring about Krishna or Vishnu, then we will tell them very quickly. We won't go and beat someone on the head and tell them if they believe that we're going to kill them. So both of these religions do like that. We had the Crusaders coming through it. All of this, you know, in history. There is no dharma other than the Vaishnava dharma because it's not violent. All other dharmas that are or ever will be propagated in the world at, are either steps on the staircase of Vaishnava dharma or else distortions of it. Yes, Christianity can definitely be an inspiration to coming to Krishna. I was a Christian. My grandfather was a priest in the Christian ministry. I was brought up that way. If you have those precepts from a childhood and you have respect for Jesus, then it softens the heart towards accepting the precepts of these Vedic scriptures of what is Vaishnava Dharma. But if you're in an institutional type of environment, that's not going to be
Mhm.
conducive at all. These dharmas are all steps leading to bhakti, should be respected in proportion to their degree of purity. Yes. How many cows do they kill? This should always be the consideration. One should not hear any malice
Bear.
towards
Bear.
the, what?
Bear.
Can't
One
hear.
should not bear.
Sorry. One should not bear. What did I say?
Here.
Oh, sorry. One should not bear any malice towards dharmas that are distortions of bhakti. And he's just described what is bhakti. But one should focus exclusively on the cultivation of one's own devotional truths. One should not maintain any animosity towards the followers of other religions. I've just explained that. There's no need for animosity. There's no need to be antagonistic towards any other religion. Krishna will deal with them for whatever sinful behavior they're doing towards cows, etc. Krishna will take care of that. It's not our job. When the time is ripe, the followers of various other dharmas will become Vaishnavas easily. Of this there is no doubt. If the heart is sincere, they will become Vaishnavas. If the heart is so corrupted, again and again, they will take birth in the lower species. Nityananda Das, is it our duty to preach Vaishnava Dharma or not? Certainly it is. Our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given everyone the responsibility of spreading this Dharma, but not in an aggressive way,
Mm.
not threatening to kill someone, but by gently chanting or vigorously chanting the holy name on the street. It's completely different to trying to coerce people. Nacho gao bhakti sange kare sankirtan Krishna nama upadeshi tara sarva gyan. This is Adi Leela Chaitanya Charitamrita 792. Dance, sing, and perform Sankirtan in the association of bhaktas. You should deliver everyone by instructing them to chant Sri Krishna Nam. Automatically that will go on. But this is for the sincere people, for those non-duplicitous people. But even the holy name will begin to purify those people also. Ataiva ami agna dulan sabakara kare julan taran brahma fal deha yare tare. Therefore I am ordering everyone to distribute the fruits of prem wherever they go and to whomever they meet. We see the example of Nityananda and Haridas. They went and they requested Jagai and Madai, oh, you just please chant Hare Krishna. But they couldn't handle that. They threw the pot, Jagai and Madai. However, must one remember not to give Sri Krishna Nam to unqualified people. Such people should first be given the necessary qualification. Only then can they be given Hari Nam. Furthermore, these statements of Sriman Mahaprabhu do not apply when neglect, apeksha, is appropriate. For instance, when dealing with inimical people, trying to enlighten such people only presents obstacles to one's preaching. If one is objecting, don't bother to preach to them because you have to come by your own choice, because your own choice is in the heart. You have to come by the heart for any success to come. You can't coerce the heart, it has to come direct. When Nityananda Das had heard Haridas Babaji's Mahashai's ambrosial words, he rolled on the ground at his feet in great love. The grove reverberated with the Vaishnavas' loud exclamations of Hari Sri Harinam, and everyone offered Dandavat pranams to Babaji Mahashai. The day's meeting in that secluded grove came to an end, and everyone returned to their respective places. Thus ends the 8th chapter of Jaiva Dharma entitled Nitya Dharma and Vaishnava Behavior. This was the topic, was Vaishnava behavior, especially these last instructions about preaching. For example, it's very often not favorable to preach amongst your family members. Your family members, they remember you when you were a scruffy little baby, didn't know anything. And especially to mother, you will always be the child. How can you start dominating and telling her what she should believe in and what she should not believe. And the same with the father. If they're not favorable, if they're not inquiring, and how will they come to inquire? By your good behavior. When they see your reformed mentality and your carefulness and your mood of compassion that we've just spoken about, if this is rising, then they will notice that. They will see, oh, he's become a very gentle soul. Or look how they're behaving now. Where is he getting that gentleness from? Then they will ask you about that. And when they inquire, then you can give. But if they don't inquire, don't try to impose. All it will do is make arguments. And what is the point of that? Then it'll just create enmity between you. There'll be no value whatsoever. I know as younger devotees, we're always thinking, yes, we've got to bring them all to the path of Krishna and hellfire and brimstone. And we just hurt our heads. We just bang our heads. It doesn't do any good at all. I wish someone had told me this years and years ago when I was a younger devotee. Of course, I was trying to tell my parents what the real truth was about, because you get excited about it when you're young. When just coming out of your teenage years, 20 years old, you suddenly realize the absolute reality. Naturally, you want to share it with your loved ones, your parents, but they're not ready to accept it. It's a process to accept it. And how can we even accept it without following the process? The process of Harinam. That's what's going to soften the heart. That's going to get the mercy. That's going to incur the mercy. So don't try and preach to your inimical family members. If they're favorable, then of course you spread the whole philosophy out to them. But if they're not favorable, especially in the Western worlds, they've been eating meat all their lives, how are they going to understand? I mean, when you eat meat, there's certain acids in the meat that actually deaden the finer tissues of the brain, that you can't think clearly. You become like dull taking blood, etc. Your brain doesn't operate with the same speed as someone who's a pure vegetarian, for example. So like this, how can you actually the best way is always to give your family members Mahaprasad. If you give them buckets of Mahaprasad every time you go, you don't want to take anything from them if they're meat eaters, but you want to cook for them and offer nice Mahaprasad to purify them. And then they will comment, oh, this is so tasty. You learn how to cook so that you can use this cooking ability in your preaching. It's very important. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was very strong on our secret weapon. Our secret weapon is Mahaprasad. This will transform the consciousness. So we should think like this, always in a favorable, non-aggressive, like I described about the Indian nation. The Hindu nation has not invaded another country for 100,000 years. It hasn't. It doesn't have that aggressive mood. So we should follow like that. So we'll finish a bit early, a minute early today. Any question? Or we'll finish. Jaiva Dharma ki jai. Anantakota Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. I just put my page marker in. So tomorrow we'll start chapter 9. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Shishi Guru Garanga Ganhavika Giridhari Ki Jai. Jaiva Dharma ki jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Vaishnavas ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhavevacha, Patitanam Pavanibhyo, Vaishnave Namaha.